Yeah, and that's
Boom.
the last time I'll suck a guy's cock on the ground.
I knew you were going to start with something. I did.
Oh, are we running? Okay, cool.
Jeff, our producer, goes, I can't wait for Pat to come on. I go, I can't wait for Pat to come on too, but you got to be on your toes with this guy. You got to be on your toes. He goes, oh, whatever. But nonetheless, man, I'm pumped you're here. Thank you very much for coming. I know gas prices are through the roof, so for you to make that drive over the bridge probably cost you like $50. So I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
How's Pat's day been over these past 2 years of what they're calling a pandemic?
I've been all right, man. I've been good. Like I just try not to let everything consume me too much. And there's been a couple times where I'd be watching too many videos, reading too many articles, and then it starts consuming me. But you know what I mean?
You keep it moving.
I went through so much in my life before that this was like really nothing. Like in the beginning, I can't even tell you some of the things that I went through in the beginning that were just so fucking terrible. And a lot of people would just go through the worst depression ever. Not saying I didn't for a minute, but right in a row, boom, I took crazy losses, insane losses. And then boom, lost my mom. And then boom, lockdown hit. Like right, boom, like all these things in a row. I can't even. The other ones are just like too much, right? But well, obviously the mom is the biggest one.
I'm sorry about that, man.
Ever.
I really
no,
am.
thanks. But you know what I did? Like back to back to back to the point where it was like all in a row, and I was like, you have to either you have to make an obstacle an opportunity. If you let this eat you, you're fucking done. You're done. So what I do? I started the podcast at home. Everything was on lockdown. I got fucking Shaq on there, Method Man, fucking. I had you seen it. I had a different like celebrity, rapper, famous person every day, and I had people entertained every single day. Some people would hit me up, be like, Pat, don't you think it's a little arrogant and cocky for you to be dancing and saying you're having fun with these guys, and you know everyone else is going through this and they don't have the same opportunities as you, and you're so this and this and that. I'm like, you have no fucking idea what I just fucking went through, all the losses I took, just because I'm not just whining and, you know, letting it consume me doesn't mean I'm not going through it myself. You know what I mean? The losses I took were, I don't know how the fuck you could go even through worse. You know what I mean? But I was like, I have to, it's either going to make me or break me. So I had to make the best of it. And after you lose your mom, nothing matters. Like nothing. Like, you could say, oh man, you got robbed for $50,000. I'm like, shitty, but man, I already lost my mom. There's nothing even close to as big as that. So I don't know, man. Like COVID helped me back, you know, a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, I'm a strong dude and I pushed through that shit.
Do you think you're a changed man in the past 2 years?
Yeah.
Say losing your mom, that could maybe make you a little bit more of a spiritual guy. Maybe not, but it can make you look at the world a little bit different, no?
Yeah. In many ways. Yeah, I mean, it's affected me greatly. Like every single day, it's you know, there's something bad, right? But you know, you got to fight through it. And I'm not saying you have to, like, you know, when something bad happens, you be like, suck it up, bitch. Like, you fucking, like, man, I went through it. You know what I mean? I went through it. There's days I wake up in the morning and just yell. I just couldn't believe what a nightmare this was. Everything happening back to back, right? But I had to push through, man, because what else are you going to do? Every day I let it consume me is another day wasted, man. So just try to make the best of it and, you know, make her proud.
I want to go back.
Sorry to start this off on such a fucking depressing thing.
Dude, hey, we're almost out of this pandemic in my mind, so there's really nothing you could say to depress me. I think that the world is changing very slowly. It sucks what's going on in Ukraine, but knowing the future is going to be somewhat bright than last year, nothing can ruin my mood. You were on 2 years ago. We had a great conversation, and I kind of want to start back in the beginning of your life and the uniqueness of your career. I was saying on the intro before you came on, you can't really go to school for what you do. You can't. Maybe you can. Do you think you could teach what you do to someone else, or does that just come naturally?
You could teach battle rap to someone. You could.
Can you?
I don't know if you could teach what I do, and that means
charisma.
It sounds like I'm being like, oh, because I'm so good. It's not. For me, how do I put this? Like, you can teach rhyming and, you know, intricate rhyme schemes and how to insult someone. You can try to teach rhythm. It's really hard to teach rhythm. But you can't teach someone to, like, exactly how to control a crowd and, like, you know, my biggest strengths are things that I can't tell you how to do them. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if it's charisma or whatever, but something about controlling a crowd that I found out early on in life that I was able to do, that you just can't tell someone. You can't tell some like introvert, socially awkward person to be like, yeah, man, just walk on stage and perch your arms out like a bird and then fucking shut them up like that. You can't really do that. You know what I mean? But I mean, some of it you can teach. You can teach like the basis. You know what I mean?
Were you a class clown in school? Did you demand
Absolutely.
the room?
Absolutely.
Is that where you think the very beginning of Pat's day started?
Probably. The very beginning, actually, I didn't realize until later. So there was a Halloween costume contest at my junior high. I was brand new. I was grade 7, I think. And everyone dressed up. You go in the gymnasium, whatever, and there's tons of people, all in their nice costumes and shit. And I just dressed up as a woman, like everyone out, like most people did. It's like, oh, I don't have a costume. I'm just gonna put on a dress and a wig and whatever. And my sister was like, yeah, put these like balloons in your shirt. You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever, right? It was nothing. It was not good, right? And I get up on stage, and everyone introduces herself and says their outfit, et cetera, et cetera. And I walked up, and there's just everyone there, and I just kind of walked up to the mic, waited a couple seconds, and I was just like, what's up? And they all just, for some reason, still to this day, it's stupid, losing their mind, cheering. I'm like, and I wasn't popular. I was new. No one even knew me, but I just walked up. I was just like, what's up? And for some reason, the whole crowd was just losing it, loving it, and they're just like, I don't know what it was. I didn't realize till later. I was like, oh, yeah, that fucking happened. Why were they so excited? But sometimes, I guess, maybe it's like a presence thing, a charisma thing, a timing thing, maybe me waiting a few seconds and not saying anything after that. Maybe that wasn't the beginning. I have no idea, but me thinking back on that moment, it's like that might have been the time where I realized and didn't even know it that I had crowd control or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But
it's the Larry David effect. Did nothing, walked into a room, people thought he was funny, but he had no idea why.
I've been doing that my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just sometimes takes people a little bit longer to figure it out.
And when I was older, and more popular, it was like, well, they know me, so they're like, oh, that's Pat. They want to cheer. But back then, I was not. I didn't know. They didn't know me, so I was thinking maybe it's just like a timing thing or like something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I always wanted to entertain.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was bad. Sometimes it's just you become an attention fiend, which really probably stems from like insecurities and being uncomfortable despite how comfortable you look. But yeah, man, it's just I always wanted the spotlight, demanded it.
Whenever I talk to people that know you really well, they say that you're an extremely hard worker. For example, I was talking to Quake, and he said when you were in L.A. before the battle, you locked yourself in your room and you wouldn't come out because you were working.
Yep.
I was wondering if that same discipline applied when you were younger in school. Did you apply yourself to work, or do you only apply yourself to things that you actually care about, like battle rap?
I wasn't good in school at all.
No.
Do
you think if you went back and you actually had to try, you could do something? Like you could pass a...
It depends, man. Like, I was diagnosed with ADD and I hate saying that. It's super huge, but they gave me pills early on, so I was like a robot. But because I was failing everything, man. Getting kicked out a lot, getting in trouble a lot, and failing everything. I couldn't just grasp a lot of shit. But I really, later on in life, I really just thought it was like more so selective hearing rather than just being like a stupid person. Like there's like if you're talking to me something super boring, to this day I'm just like I'm in another world. You know what I mean? But if it was something I really, really liked or was interested in, I'll nail it.
That's awesome.
That's what it was. You know what I mean? I wasn't great in school, but if there was something really, really good, I was gonna nail it.
So you fell in love with the work.
If it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Like poetry, things like that. You know what I mean? Or anything like that I really, really excelled in. But school wasn't my thing, man. And I thought I was dumb for so fucking long, man. And the reason because other than, these days is a little different for kids, but I didn't like asking questions. And I really encourage kids to ask questions in school because when I would ask questions, or anyone would ask questions and it was like the wrong one. Remember back then? Oh, everyone laugh at your point, idiot, all that shit. And you're like, well, I'm not asking another question again. especially because I'm going to get mad and probably do something stupid and get in trouble like I used to. So I'm like, I'm not even asking questions, man. I'm going to sit back here and fucking draw dicks and fucking write raps. You know what I mean? Fuck that. So I think that's half of the reason why I was stupid in school. I did a speech to some kids. Well, I talked to some kids in the gymnasium recently. I think they're from ages like 5 to 12. And I gave that example. I said, you guys know in class when you ask a question that's wrong and all the kids laugh at you, and I was expecting everyone to be like, yeah, and not one kid. I was like, that's never happened to anyone here? They're like, no. And I'm like, that's a good thing. Kids now are probably more sensitive to that. They're probably just like, no, we're not. That's bullying. You know what I mean? I think kids are a lot nicer than they used to be. So they never, like, not one of them has dealt with that where they asked a question that was wrong and they got mocked for it. That's a good thing. And hopefully in turn, kids become, smarter because, yeah, it's stunted. It was stunting my growth. Like
maybe it was stunting your confidence.
For sure, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I didn't want to be that stupid person, right?
Yeah. You're a father, correct?
Yeah.
What are some values that you like to put into your child or children?
Children.
2
kids, yeah.
2 kids, congrats on that.
Thank you.
What are some values that you like to put into your children? I don't want to say career. How old are they?
10 and 4.
Like my dad was in the military, so it was like, okay, he's a diver. And when I was younger, I had surgery on my ear, and he punctured my eardrum, so I couldn't go more than 2 feet underwater. So I couldn't follow my dad's footsteps. And I look at you and I go, this guy's career is so different. And I essentially, before you came over, I was thinking of some questions to ask you. And I want to ask you about what are some guidelines or pieces of advice that you would give to your children when it comes to choosing a career, because it's so hard to do what you do, but at the same time you love it, you fell in love with the work, but maybe at the same time you want your children to be on a more of a steadier career. I was always wondering what your advice would be to that.
I never really had many career conversations. I have with my oldest daughter a few times, but she's, oh, I want to be an actor. I also want to be a singer. I want to be this and type of stuff. And obviously I'm there to support it. I've helped her like try to write songs and stuff like that before, but ultimately I don't think you know what you want when you're 10. You know what I mean? So like, I always just.
But you must pick up on things that they do. It's like, oh, he's naturally good at the playground when he's making the other kid laugh, or he's naturally good at taking direction and doing this. You must pick things up. She
can be an athlete if she wants. You know what I mean? Because she's super strong, super quick. But honestly, dude, man, at this point, the things that like I put in their head the most is has nothing to do with career choices or like what they want to be when they're older. Not yet, man. It's like when I teach them, to be empathetic, to have patience, to not get discouraged so quick when they can't do something, to be understanding of other people, and but at the same time not feel like you have to just walk around on eggshells all day and tippy-toe. But really, I want them to be loving kids overall, man. Just good, loving kids with big hearts. You know what I mean? And the career shit that'll come. I don't think any kid knows. There's no kid at 10 years old be like, yeah, I want to be a mortuary fucking makeup artist.
Yeah.
Or fucking I want to be a. You know what I mean? That's a ridiculous one. But what are those people called?
I don't know.
You know when they put makeup on the dead bodies.
Oh, I know what you mean, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I when you're 10, I don't know, man. Like when she starts getting a little older and asking questions, and I see what she's really, really excelling in, then maybe I'll help. But I don't want to have a selfish like stance in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I know what basketball is like. I like basketball. Let me push basketball on them. Mm-hmm. But she's like, well, I like hockey. Me, I can't. I can barely even skate. I'm not going to be like, nope, get off them skates, just because, we'll see, man. We'll see where they go. Like, my career is so different to the point where it's like you can't really, I don't even want to teach them to be like battle rappers. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my point.
Got you.
It's
if she wants to, like, I haven't seen anything. Like, she tells me, I want to be an actor really bad. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yes. I'm like, well, I think we set her up with a YouTube channel one time, or like a light, and I gave her a nice ring light type of thing and phone, and she doesn't really do it that much. So we'll see, man, as time goes on. But right now, man, just being good fucking kids, man. Being good kids.
That's all you can do at that age. Just be a good person.
Be a good person, man. Yeah. That's gonna take you the farthest, man.
Yeah.
Teach them, like, I have good long talks with my daughter, like long, meaningful talks where I can tell that she's listening, and you know, it means something to her, and yeah, at the end of the day, I just want her to be mindful of certain things and just a nice, caring kid. That's all.
Wicked.
Yeah, man.
Back to the career aspect, and I talk about the uniqueness of your career. I was always wondering if when you were a little bit younger, I'd say you're more of an established artist now, but when you were in your younger days, did you find like a manager or an agent helped you? Because at the same time, navigating your way through a career of being a battle rapper isn't the most, it's unique. So did you find when people gave you advice it really helped, or did you have to learn lessons as you went by yourself?
Not having a manager might have been my biggest regret.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Never had a manager. A couple times I had a couple people, you know, attempt, but at that specific time there was nothing that they could really do for me because all I was doing was battle rapping. So, I mean, I take that back. They probably could have done things, but to them at the time it was like, well, if you only do like 3 battles a year, I'm sure you're not going to want to give me a cut of you negotiate those yourself. You know what I mean? So it's not like I was doing 20 shows and this and that where they can find opportunities for me when I was just battle rapping. But looking back, man, there's so much I could have did, and I wish I did have a manager be like, hey, well, I actually got this with this company, this and this company, blah, blah, blah. And I would be happy to give them a cut of whatever. And especially because I'm so like scatterbrained and unorganized, man. It's insane how like unorganized and how much I could procrastinate. So it would have been great to have a manager to set me up. I've missed huge opportunities in my life because of that.
Really?
Yeah, really, really big ones.
Interesting.
Giant ones, actually, that still haunt me to this day. Though I do jump on most of them, man. I am one of those guys that's like, if there's something happen, I'm going to fucking do it, especially if I'm passionate about it, right? But there has been a few where I just get so sidetracked and missed out on them, and where if I had a manager, it'd be like, no, Pat, book your ticket right now. It's going down, right?
Yeah. You're so consistent, though, on social media.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like you're a scatterbrain type of guy. You're very consistent. It's a full-time job making sure you're posting at least once, twice, or at least once a day.
Yeah.
Once every 2 days. Like, you're consistent with it.
Yeah.
Like, you must take pride in that.
Yeah, I do.
100%.
Yeah.
Creating your own original content. Like, you create commercials for that car financing company that's just, I don't even know if you could put those on television, but they work on your Instagram.
Shout out East Coast Financing. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Now, that was one thing that, you know, the owner, he's such a great guy, and one thing that we had understanding at first, he was like, I want you to be yourself. I want you to do you. Obviously, we can't do nothing crazy, but, you know, I still have to be me. I wanted to make videos for them and with any company that I could post myself and still have pride and not just be like, come on down and try this new fucking gas-powered dildo. You know what I mean? It's really works. You know, it has to be really funny artistically. I have to look back and, you know, creatively be like, I liked that. I could, no matter what the commercial's for, I enjoy watching that.
And your audience will enjoy it.
Yes.
You know, maybe not everyone else, but you know, how many followers do you have on Instagram?
Like 54, I think something.
You know, that's 54,000.
54, something like that.
54,000.
58.
58,000 people that just love your content that maybe, you know, if they turn the television on and see that commercial, like, yeah, get that Pat, stay away from me. But you got 54,000 people right there going, I'm going to go check out East Coast Financing today. I'm going to go check it out.
I bet you 4,000 of them hate my guts.
They do. Yeah, I guess for the opposite effect.
Yeah,
but
it's
still,
really like, it's
a
interesting.
view.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. You it's unbelievable how much, like, people will hit me up. I could literally write right now on Facebook or Instagram, either one. Everyone go do it your best today. No excuses. Fight your hardest and do better than you did yesterday. They'd be like, well, what about the people who are so unfortunate, or maybe they're on their deathbed and they're unable to do their best because they don't have the strength? What about them, Pat? You're so fucking privileged to even say that, knowing that you have 2 arms and they have none. I'd be like, God damn, I'm just trying to be motivational, man. They have all those people on my fucking list every fucking day complaining about something I fucking say. I'm like, yo, if you walk down the street and you trip on a fucking log once, are you going to fucking do that every day? You're going to walk, oh, boom, oh, whoops, there, whoopsie daisies, did it again. Don't fucking follow me. If I offend you with the things I say, unfollow me. And if you can't unfollow me, then I pray for your fucking mental health. And I'm actually being serious. If you follow someone every day that triggers you and you're like, I hate this person, it makes me so upset, I have to look at them. It's like, bro, back up. Follow someone else.
100%,
Sucker.
Yeah. 100%.
Seriously, it's weird, man. It's weird. Don't follow me. I'm a nice guy. I don't put anything out there that's like too offensive or anything. But sometimes you're like, I can't believe you said. Well, just why are you following me? it's weird, man.
It is a unique, it is a weird thing. Some of the funniest things that cheer up my day will be those Reasonable Rob clips. And they're probably the most, not offensive, but just offside comedy there is. But it makes me the happiest of the day because it's just, you don't see it every day.
Yeah.
And some guy has the balls to actually put that content out. It's like.
Yeah, and I try to make sure on Unreasonable Rob that it's so like cartoonishly like sarcastic that no one will be too offended. You know, like clearly this isn't serious. You know what I mean?
There's some people out there.
Yeah.
That are just
oh my God, you can't say anything nowadays. People just, it's insane, man. But you can't please them all, man. People are gonna cry over anything, man. People record themselves crying on their phone and then edit in like emotional music and like a dramatic scene and then post it on the internet. Like it's like a trending thing to do that now. So like, I'm sure you've seen it. People like posting a video of them crying and whatever, man. That's on them. But what I'm saying is like, you don't even have to say anything to make them cry. They're gonna do it themselves, you know?
Yeah.
As a fucking creative artist. Shouts to you guys or whatever, man. It is what it is. Whatever you want to do, whatever gets you going, man. If you want to let the world know that you're vulnerable and all that shit, that's cool, man. I'm not making fun, but you're a fucking crybaby bitch. Just joking. Just joking.
What's Unreasonable Rob like in real life? Does he have like a 9-to-5 job? I always thought that. Like, well, he's doing this stuff. Does he have like what's he like? Is he just?
Don't ask questions.
You got it. All right.
Comes out soon.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. I always thought like, well, God's doing this. Like, he's putting himself out there. It's good.
Yeah.
He's like a trooper.
Oh, do you mean me?
No,
or the other guy?
the other guy. Like,
Brett.
Yeah, Brett. Sorry.
What's he do for a job?
Yeah, like
he works at McDonald's.
Does he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Nathan, shout out Brett, man. He's the man. He's a star.
Like he's the butt of the joke, kind of, but like he just takes it. He's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
Great.
Yeah. He loves it. He loves it.
Does
man.
he?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, he fucking loves it, man. He loves it. So, yeah, he's the man. He's the star of the show. You ask me, man. He's hilarious. He's a good sport. He's not so much anymore, but naturally nervous of me, which makes it wicked content. That's how it all started. I'm like, we need to record this. This guy's like really nervous of me when I ask him like certain like, invasive questions or whatever. So it's like, we need to make this something. That's literally how it started.
I love it.
Yeah, but he loves it, man. He's a good sport, man, and I see big things coming for him, man. Coming for us.
How does it feel to have some of the biggest celebrities in the world look up to you? You got Shaq calling you. Drake invited you to his own personal battle rap event. Yeah. Some of the biggest artists in the world admire your work.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels good, man. It's cool. It's surreal and it's unbelievable because, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just some dude from little Dartmouth or whatever that it's that much bigger because, you know, sometimes when I meet other battle rappers, they're like, "Oh yeah, man, these guys, whatever, man." You know, it's not a big deal to them, but to me, it's like I would have never guessed that these people would know who I am, let alone what the fuck's going on my phone. Oh, it's updating. That even know who I am, let alone like be a fan of my work. It's unbelievable to me.
What's a conversation like with you and Drake?
The last one, it was just nothing. I don't even. We were just chilling, man. Just having a drink, fucking watching the battles, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a fan of the art.
Yeah, he loves the art. He's a huge fan. He's a huge supporter, and yeah, man, we just kicked it, man. Had just chilling, watching the shit. I try not to ask too many questions. I don't even really think about it. He's just such a normal, like, just an average dude. Like, not average dude, but you know what I mean? But he acts super, like, just humble, and it's just like hanging with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good guy, man.
I guess to get to that level, you're going to be around people that idolize and, like, fanboy out over you. But to make it to that level of not being able to, I guess, react differently and be like, yeah, I am the shit. I am the man. You're right. But for him just to go, yeah, whatever. I'm here just to have fun.
Well, I've met him numerous times. The first time, the first time he came for my battle. The second time he came for my battle as well. So like, he's a fan too, and fucking, I try not to.
So when you respect celebrity, but you don't gush over it. You don't.
I mean, I'm definitely like, don't get me wrong. Like my first picture with Drake, I probably posted 12 times over the last whatever years, right? But yeah, he's just such a good guy, man. Just such a cool, easygoing guy, and I don't really take advantage of that or like try. I didn't even like think to get a picture or anything like that, man. Yeah. I was just like, we're just chilling.
I feel like you're the type of guy that just wants your work to show. That's it. It's like a picture with Drake is cool, but you want your work to show. And
Yeah.
it's like you care about the work rather than the quick little picture.
Yeah. I mean, the night before my battle, Chris Brown was throwing battles at his house. And obviously I could have went, and because there was a group of battle rappers going, I could have went, got a bunch of pictures, probably a video, a shout out or some shit. But I said, nah, man, I'm going to stay in my hotel. I'm going to finish my preparing. I'm going to practice. I'm going to get this down, because at the end of the day, I care way more about the outcome of my performance than some clout pictures or videos. You know what I mean?
That's what Quake was saying.
Because that's there forever. That's there forever. Your picture is like, oh, cool, you were at Chris Brown. Who gives a shit? I mean, people give a shit. But meaning like, oh, cool, you get a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
Obviously, I really wish I did. To be honest, I kind of regret it, because if I was prepared earlier and wasn't such a scatterbrain, I would have went. I would have went to it, because my opponent went. He got pictures with him and shit, but I wasn't prepared. So I had to. I'm very last minute. Always have been. So I had to get my shit done, and I don't regret it.
I got a bunch of questions. So hypothetically, you're in LA for a battle rap. Not hypothetically, it actually happened. But other than winning the battle, what are some other goals of yours being in the United States, LA, when it comes to networking and getting your brand out there a little bit more? Or is there no goals? Do you have a clear mission of going and just winning a battle, or is there other aspirations that you have while you're there?
I wish that I was more prepared so I could network and do other things. Maybe do a couple podcasts. Maybe like, maybe make a song, or just do interviews or a bunch of other things. But really, I'm so last minute that that's all that matters. And even when I'm done, it's like, I'm there for business. I'm there to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So maybe next time, which I know will never happen.
Don't say that. It could.
Maybe. Well, what I mean is, maybe next time, if I was fully prepared, it won't happen. It's just not how I work. I wish I did. If I was fully prepared, then I'll go do a bunch of radio shows and podcasts and network the way I should. But usually it's strictly business, man. And I feel bad for my friends, because they're like, "Fuck, man, we could have went to Chris Brown's." Like, man, like I'm not drinking with them. I'm not having fun with them. I'm not doing that. And I woke up in the morning one morning, and I heard Quake and my boy Quake and Zeno, Quake, and they're outside drinking and going on. I'm like, damn, you guys are up early. They're like, we didn't even go to sleep yet. I'm like, damn, man, I wish I was partying with you guys, but nah, I got to get my shit done, man. I got to win. You know what I mean?
Can you describe to the people that will never, ever be in a battle rap ever their entire lives, can you describe the feeling from when it's over? All the preparation you do it, you get the standing O, you win, everything's awesome. What's the feeling like when it's over?
It always got different. So when I was coming up, if you've ever been in a fight before, that's what it was like. Immediately after you're done, you barely remember anything. There's so much adrenaline. You don't remember anything. You're like, holy shit, how did I do? Whatever. The more comfortable you get, the more easy it is. Me, afterwards, I'm usually like, I turn around and ask everyone, did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Actually, I usually ask, how bad did I lose? Did I lose? And people are always like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just fucking killed him. What are you talking about? You just won easy. I'm like, oh, phew. And all you want to do, or me anyways, is let loose, because the pressure, man, for weeks is so much, man. Like, it's like, man, like, there's only, you can't say, can I do that again? Cut. Can I do that one more time? Yeah. You got a guy yelling in your face, all his friends yelling, 1,000 or whatever people there watching you, a lot of them heckling you. They don't want you to win. And everything that you prepare goes, it erases as soon as you step on stage. You're like, you could write down something, one sentence, practice it 100 times. You get on that stage and it all hits. You're like, holy shit, what the? You forget the whole thing. There's just so much pressure and so much excitement going on. You really got to catch it, man. And that's why so many people choke and quit and shit like that, and puke. Things like that happen.
I believe you. I never thought of that.
Oh, yeah. Some of the top tier guys in battle rap, they puke. Like, they get so, like, overwhelmed and shit. It's insane. So, me nowadays, afterwards, I'm like, did I win? How'd I do? Did I lose or something like that? And then everyone's like, you did great. I'm like, perfect. Can I get a straight? Can I get a fucking stiff one?
Yeah.
Give me a drink, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Now I can mingle, have fun, do the couple interviews, hang with my friends, converse with all the battle rappers, and just have a good time.
Yeah.
Up until then, very tense.
It seems very similar to like a UFC or a boxer.
Same thing, man. Same thing, bro. I have friends that fight and we go through the exact same shit.
Yeah.
And he said, and one of my buddies, he's a boxer. He's like, man, it's the exact same thing. Really, we just don't want to let people down. We don't want to be beat the fuck up in front of a bunch of people, or whooped in front of a bunch of people. Like when you go in there and get hit, you don't even really feel it. You're not worried about that. It's so much preparation. You don't want to let people down, let alone yourself. It's a huge like ego drop, I guess, or whatever, if you do. I've done it, so.
Do you smoke weed?
I
feel like in your art form, it wouldn't be like the most beneficial thing.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like you got to be sharp in your.
Most people.
Well,
most rappers and battle rappers smoke a lot of weed. I smoke weed, like I smoked some last night just from a pen. I might smoke here and there, man, like every couple nights, just a little tiny bit. I can't get too high, man. I overthink and then just get my own thoughts. But there's no way I could smoke and go on stage. Hell no.
Why? Just from the memorization of the things that you.
Oh no, I don't know about you, man, but like you ever get like so high that it's just like, man, like I've gotten so high that I've watched my opponent's videos and been like, Jesus, like, it's an aggressive man. Jesus Christ, like, Jesus, I don't know if what's gonna happen there. Holy shit, man, his friends look a little, flustered. These friends look like they're a little rough. You know what I mean? I don't want to get in that. Holy shit, I'm not better than this guy. This guy's amazing. This guy's great. I'm just like watching him in awe, like these guys. I'm a fan. You know what I mean? This guy's a hunk. You know what I mean? And then I sober up. I'm like, man, fuck these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking better than all these guys. Fuck all them guys in the background too. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I guess it affects people differently.
Writing is it's okay. Writing is good. It's actually pretty. It's good.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't perform.
Okay.
Personally.
Most do
though. Most do.
Really, most battle rappers can get high before going up.
Yeah, I mean they'd smoke all day.
Fuck,
Mike Tyson fucking smoked all kinds before his last fight. He said he's
Yeah, but I'm just talking like your head, like boxing. I know nothing about boxing. I'm just thinking if I was in your shoes and if I was a little bit high, I just wouldn't remember as many things. Maybe I wouldn't be as sharp as I need to be. But then again, I'll never be in both scenarios, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it depends, I guess. Like, sometimes you get high and it's perfect. Sometimes you're funny and your charisma's there and you're fucking thinking great. And then sometimes you're like, oh my God, I hate my arms. You know what I mean? You never know.
What about like alcohol? Do you ever have like a beer before? Like
I'll have one beer before.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, kill the nerves a little bit. That's about it.
Yeah. So how did the compliment battle come about? Whose idea was it? Who initiated it? How did that come about? And it was in Halifax, correct?
It was.
Yeah.
I was reaching lip chap. So the compliment battle happened the first time sorry, man.
I got all the time in the world. Here we go.
So so the first compliment battle I ever seen was with a guy named Tricky P and Definition. It happened in King of the Dot. It was outside. It was great. And then there's these two guys, Marlo and Shuffle T, who are so amazing, and they did I think one or two out in England. So me and Roan, like I always wanted to do a compliment battle. I had this idea before the first one I seen.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't matter. They did it first. But so I was like, man, let's do it. And it was supposed to be, I think it was initially supposed to be me and Real Deal, who's the King of the Dot champion right now. Shout out Real Deal. But that didn't happen for some reason. So me and Roan we did it. And it was like the best thing I've ever done. Probably like my favorite thing I've ever done, man, to this day.
Why do you think it was the favorite thing you've ever done? What was so great about it that you loved behind the scenes that most people don't know?
I like challenging myself writing. So that was like writing backwards. If you're a rapper, your first rap is, I'm better than you. I fucked your girl. I'll beat you up. I'm a better rapper. I'm this. You're not. Right? So naturally, I can write battle raps. Easy. But writing backwards is super challenging. You know what I mean? Because you can't just be like, you're cute. You're hot. You're smart. You have to take like really creative, funny angles. You know what I mean? So it was a test of my own creativity. I'm not happy unless I'm not testing myself creatively. I'm not. That's why I don't battle that much. I'd rather do all kinds of different things at once. So not only was it super challenging, but it was just the energy there, man. Everyone had such a good time. Everyone was laughing. Everyone was smiling. It was outside. I don't know why. I just felt better. It was like right by the water. it just seemed like everyone was together and like smiling together and just enjoying themselves together. Whereas a battle rap, even though I love that too, people are tense and they don't want to laugh and they're like, oh, I'm too tough to laugh. I don't like jokes. They're standing up. It's really, really aggressive. And this was just like you could have been anyone and everyone and enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
To this day, like it went viral countless times. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And yeah, man, it was a good time. I shouldn't have tried to duplicate it, but whatever.
It's great that you're able to think outside the box. I feel
Yeah.
like that's a big part of the success with the Pat Stay brand. Is thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
You know, you can be a battle rapper. You are a battle rapper, but in order to succeed as a businessman, you have to think outside the box and use your talent many different ways.
Yeah.
And that's just a whole nother way of compliment rap.
Yeah.
You're able to get a whole nother brand of people.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really, really fun. We're going to do it again soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to meet Roan in next month. We got something going on.
How many things you got going on right now?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Do you think
man.
that has to do with the scatterbrain? Like you
Yeah.
think of an idea. Are you a
Yes.
how do I say?
Procrastinator.
Are you a procrastinator?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Huge procrastinator, man. I spent like, the other day, I spent 12 hours straight typing on a computer 2 days in a row, typing up these scripts that I could have done like weeks before that, or even spent a half hour a day or 1 hour a day. But I'm like, no, 12. And I don't mean like go take a break, lunch. I mean, no food, no nothing, just go, 12 hours both days. And like when I could have spread that out easily, there's so much I have going on at once. A lot of responsibilities as well on top of that. But that's what drives me too. I don't know what it is, man. It's good and bad. Like let's say battle rap, for example. If I prepare my rounds a month beforehand, I'm gonna be sick of that shit by then. I think that's with anyone, whether it's recording an album or anything that you have. You prepare something. You think it's so good at first, right? Oh my God, this is the best. I love it. And then like you watch it 20, 30, 40, 50 times. You're like, anything that you write new after that or do new after that is you're gonna think it's better because it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? So me preparing last minute kind of is a gift and a curse because it's still fresh to me. You know, I just did it like 2 nights ago. It's still fresh to me. I like it, and I'll perform it like it's fresh. You know,
you don't have time to question it because it's gonna be. You got to get it out 2 days from now.
Also, I'm so last minute, and I don't write anything down at all. That it looks like I'm just like. Well, I am. I'm like catching things out of midair on stage, you know what I mean? So sometimes that can really help in my performance too. It'd be better if I had it off by heart. That way I can like practice theatrics and things like that. But I don't know, man. I try not to think too much on it, man, and be too hard on myself because I know that's just how I work. I got a lot going on. I got people stressed out today that before I came here, they're like, Pat, man, you got to tell me these dates. And this is really big for me. I know you got like 10 things going on right now, and you can handle this shit, but I can't. You know what I mean? So
what does that mean? Like, give me an example of like what are other people depending on you for right now?
I got a show coming out, and so I wrote 6 episodes to it, and there's certain parts I can't really give away that other people are going to be in.
So they want to practice their lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before the show starts, other things that we have going on. Yeah, for the show. Yeah, when they want to like know what their lines are in the show, right? They want to meet up beforehand and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, don't worry, I'm gonna have your shut in a couple days. But really, I'm working on 20 other different things. You know what I mean? So not everyone works like me. I can really just show up. Like when I did the movie Bodied, I didn't go over my shit at all. People were like, so do you know your stuff? I was like, no, fuck, what are my lines? I just went over them and did them on the spot. And people are like, bro, are you fucking crazy? You're in fucking Hollywood at a movie. You didn't even look over your lines yet? I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? It's a rough one last night, man.
Dude.
But I killed it. Man, listen, my fucking lines were like, you know, boom, boom, boom. All I had to do was remember that, like I said, I don't write things down.
Yeah,
ever.
but still, man, like you're on a movie set and you don't
I killed it.
I know you killed it, but like I'm just saying, like you're a freak of nature for that sense. That's insane. It's a career move being in that movie, and you
didn't even because man, I was like, man, listen, it's a movie, dude. It's a fucking movie. If I have 2 lines to say at a time, that's nothing. If I mess up, I'll read it again. Cut. I go on. I write fucking 25 minutes or 15 minutes worth of battle raps while being distracted on every fucking corner, and remember that without writing it down. So I can easily do that. It's really nothing to me. I've been like that since a kid. My mom used to be like, man, like, Pat, you can like remember crazy shit. Like I said, it's selective hearing or whatever I want to focus on. I could remember like such lengthy shit like off by heart. But then again, I'm super scatterbrained, ADD, and might like forget my phone and put it in the freezer and fucking like I'm fucking nuts, bro. I'm fucking nuts, bro. I'm just being honest with you, nuts. Like I can't believe the shit I forget. Every day I forget. Oh my God, dude, people got to remind. I forgot today.
Yeah, you did forget today.
I forgot this today. Bro, I got so much going on. But I'll remember 25 minutes of fucking battle raps like that. You know what I mean?
I feel like you have a different relationship with fear than the average person. Does that make sense, that statement? When people are on a movie set and they're on a big movie set for the first time, even if they have 2 lines, there definitely is a little bit of fear in their eye, preparing, making sure everything's correct, delivering in front of the camera. But for you to say, no, I got 2 lines on this big movie, I didn't really prepare, I looked at the lines right before and then I delivered. Most people have fear months before. But you don't care because you're so scatterbrained. You're worried about other things. And when the time comes for you to deliver, you just deliver. Because you're used to delivering in front of a live audience. So when it comes to a movie, you know you can take another take. You know you can take another take. But I guess I think, maybe tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that you have a different perspective when it comes to fear than the average person. Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, it's actually kind of profound, man. Yeah, I never really thought of it like that. But also, keep in mind, I was a rapper. So I was battle rapping in this movie. It's not like I had to be fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean? I was just rapping. I just had to rap. I was not worried at all. I got on set. I was a skinhead in the movie. I was a skinhead rapper. It's weird, but I got on set. They're like, "Hey, we're in a rush." They put me in all the outfit and stuff like that, and I had like hair, like gray hair, like longer gray, not longer, but like I had a lot of hair.
Just look up the clip if you want to see it. Just pass it.
No. So right before they're like, "Okay, you're up." I'm like, "You're gonna put me on set with like all this like gray hair?" And they're like, "Yes, we gotta go." I'm like, "I'm playing a skinhead," and they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No. I wasn't ordering them around. I was like, "I really think it'd be in the best interest of the movie if you shave my head." And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "With a Bic razor." They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Absolutely, not a question. I'm a white skinhead rapper. It doesn't matter rapper. I'm a skinhead. Shave my head." And boy, did it make a difference. Like without the shaved head, I didn't look intimidating at all. I looked like this like salt and pepper loser. With the skin head and the fucking bomber and the whatever, I looked very intimidating. And whatever. I was just like, I was into it, man. I knew it was gonna be fine because all I had to do was rap.
Natural born entertainer.
I really think that the guy that I was going against, he's like. He's famous as fuck, and I didn't know at the time, but I was battling him, and I think that he might have thought like, because I was sick at the time too. I had a tattoo before I went, and got a lot of ink, and I think I had like an infection. The red was like coming out and stuff, right? It's really hard to show, but so I was tired and drained, and like the whole time on set, like my eyes are rolling back pretty much. Like I think I had a slight infection, but so I was like. When I'm battling, I'm like, I look not genuine, but I look angry. You know what I mean? And he's just like, his name's Jackie Long. Shouts to Jackie Long, and he's like, I remember looking at me. I'm like yelling in his face. I was like, first time, something like that. And he's like, no, man. This guy's been in movies like Kevin Hart and things like that. He's like, no, man. You do this, eh? I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
I think probably looked a little too like. Demonic, you know what I mean? Because I was like so tired and just like yelling the craziest things ever. But we ended up being cool and making friends. And he's the coolest guy, man. Shout out Jackie Long.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you're comfortable on movie sets. It seems like you're able to like put your own little creative decision. We got to shave my head. What are we doing here?
Of course, When I was doing Unreasonable Rob, I was director, writer, everything, man. Like I'm really good at that type of shit. Creative ideas. Like that was a no-brainer for me. That was just a no-brainer. You got to shave my fucking head, right? I wasn't like, no, I was never like that, but I just the recommendation, right? But yeah, no, for sure, man. That was important.
That's wicked. When it comes to basing price points, I've always wondered about that with price points and branding deals and movies and things like that. For your talent, like I said, not a lot of people do it. How did you base your price points on going, okay, I'll do this movie, but I want X amount of dollars? Like, what did you base that X amount of dollars off of, since not a lot of people are in your profession?
It depends on the company.
Yeah.
Depends what they want to do with it. Depends how it can benefit me. I used to just do anything for whatever, man. Like for the movie, I'm like, man, whatever. It's a Hollywood film. I'm cool. Fly me out there, pay me my daily rate. I'm cool, man. I was honored, right? You know, let's just say it really depends. Like, for example, today I seen an ad with someone in it. I'm not even going to drop it, whatever. But they're going through a lot of shit right now, controversy and whatever, and a little popular at the same time, whatever. But that company is dropping super old ads to that person now, like, get this product and get this. And me knowing, I'm pretty sure they probably only got a one-time payment for that. You know what I mean? Paid them $500, do this little commercial. I hate it so fucking much. They'll hit you up to be like, hey, man, listen, if I could just use it, it's literally 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes of your time. That's all we need. We'll pay you, but, like, it's literally just 2 minutes of your time. No, bitch. It's fucking 15 years of my time. That's what I mean. When I say bitch, I don't mean woman, okay? That's the insulting thing. It's like, it's just 2 minutes of your time. When they start talking about prices, it's not 2 minutes of my time, bro. That 2-minute video, you can flip over and over and over, put it in 20 ads, and for the rest of your life you can use that and make $1 million, whereas you want to just offer me this one little flat fee. So it really depends on how much I can benefit from it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You won't see me doing shit with many companies like, hey, come check this out or come check this out. It's very rare because I know I know my worth to an extent. And I'm not going to be that person that just does something for $200 knowing that they could flip that and make it $500,000. I'll be watching it for the rest of my life, whether what I'm going through is good or bad. I do the Drake battle. Oh, they posted. Cool. They just made a couple $100. Or something terrible happens to me in life and you're using it to my expense. You know what I mean? So I've shut down a lot of offers like that before, man. I'm like, nah, sorry, man. It's no disrespect. I just don't want to, unless I can, get a long-term benefit from it. I'm not interested.
Like with our company, we get every now and then we'll get these people that message us and go, hey, can we do this for free? Can we come on your podcast and talk about this for free? And it's basically free advertising. Mm-hmm. And we have an average following, nothing compared to you. And I just always imagine there's a frustration level with you going, people reaching out to you going, hey, Pat, like, could we do this just really quick? Like, I'm trying to become a battle rapper. If you can.
I hate that.
That? Well, no, but it's the same thing.
Yeah. It depends, man. Like, the reason why I became that way is because, like, I've helped so many people and spent so much time and days, helping others and being there for others that I get no benefit from, and I didn't want to benefit from. Sometimes the benefit is me, like, knowing I'm helping someone, but then people just take advantage, man. People just take advantage, and then they talk to you like a piece of shit when you stop helping them. You know what I mean? I guess they'll call it a what have you done for me lately type person, you know what I mean? And it kind of, like, even little tiny things. I know this is a little bit off subject, but one time I was like, I put on the internet, I was like, yo, I'm giving away all these clothes, all this sucker-free clothes I had and stuff like that. I'm giving them away. I don't want any money for them. I just want people to have them, people that need them, right? So many people hit me up. I didn't know they didn't fucking need them. They just wanted them. Probably kind of flip them. One guy pulled up. One guy calls me. He's blowing he's calling me, and he's like, I'm like, oh, you out front? He goes, yeah, I've been waiting for 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, man. Came out, gave him like a box of hoodies, like, just skirted off. I'm like, it's just like, just one example, but like, cause, and you know what? Recently, I almost was gonna give away a bunch of clothes too, cause I have a couple boxes of clothes. I was gonna just give them away. I was like, no, because I'm gonna get hit up by people that don't need them, and they're just gonna take them and just being selfish, and I don't know. So nowadays, I try to. I'm still nice. I'm still generous to an extent. Like if I have, it's my friend, or I just like them, or I like what they're doing, or I believe in what they're doing, and I support it. I want them to do good. I might help them, but a lot of the times I have to be like, no, because I know what you're going to offer me isn't enough, and I'll just say right away, I'll be like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for you or me. It's not going to be worth it for me. I told a guy the other day, he's like, how much for a verse? I So I don't really do the music that much, man. So it wouldn't be worth your time. He's like, well, how much would it be? And the price I told him, he's like, huh, wow, I can get so-and-so for this. I'm like, well, then fucking do it. Because I don't have the time to do a song right now. If I was living in the studio, then maybe I'd be like, all right, well, I'll do it for this much. But it would be me taking that time out of what I'm doing right now. So whatever I tell you, man, don't insult me, man. Don't be like, oh, that's funny because I can get Tupac right now for fucking $300. You know what I mean? It's just shut the fuck up, man.
On the other front, I remember the first time you came on this podcast, I picked you up and we had to stop at Shoppers and you had to get something. I think it was honestly Lip Chap. And you were in there for like 15 minutes. So what is this guy doing?
Jerking off.
You came out and you're like, sorry, man, like, there was a fan in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, fuck, you're in there for a bit. He goes, yeah, like, whenever I get recognized, like, I like to take the time and, like, talk to people that recognize me. And I took that and I ran with it. And I don't get recognized, but it happens every now and then. And I always remember when you said that to me. I take that into effect whenever I'm in a rink and someone goes, High Button Sports. And I go, hey, how'd you hear about High Button Sports? And I try to have, like, a 5-minute conversation, but I only do that because of what happened to you at Shoppers Drug Mart, that you took 15 minutes. And you said, yeah, whenever someone says hello to me or something, I try to take the time of day just to go, oh, how do you hear of Pat Stay? How do you know of me?
Yeah.
So I always remember that, because on the other front, you do have people that want things from you, but at the other end of the spectrum, I feel like you're the type of guy that, I know you're the type of guy that will take time out of the day to say thank you for believing in the Pat Stay brand.
Yeah, because, at the end of the day, man, there's going to be a time that might not be too far away, hopefully not, but there's going to be a time where I'll be like, damn, man, like, I wish I had one person messaging me right now being like, man, you're killing it, or man, I'm such a fan, or man, like, I look up to you, you know what I mean? Because I get them all the time, right? But there's going to be a time where I'm like, I won't be ignoring those messages, because sometimes it's too much. There's so many, I can't respond to every single one. But I know there's going to be a time where I'm like, fuck, man, like, I wish that people were still talking about me like that. I wish people would approach me in person and be like, hey, man, love you, right? Love your shit, right?
Yeah.
Because that'll eventually die. So I really try to keep that in mind, and, and just be a little bit more humble and appreciative of the things, because they don't last forever.
You're definitely a humble guy, man. You're very, like, I remember there was a time I saw you. This was right after we did that podcast, and it was the Jazz Fest. It was Common, I think, was performing, and you walked in. So, how many people was it Common? You were there. Common.
I don't remember.
Jazz Fest, like 2 years ago. And you walked in, and you could just see the eyeballs go towards you. You were there, I think, with your woman, and it's, oh, there's Pat Stay, there's Pat Stay, there's Pat Stay. And then you had that every now and then, that person walk up to you. And I saw you because I was watching you, because I remember the lesson you taught me about the Shoppers Drug Mart incident. Yeah. And I was like, the guy's true to his word. He's taking the time out of his day. I'm sure he doesn't really want to be bothered. I'm sure he just wants to watch Common, but you took time out of your day for every person to come up to you. And I was like, the guy's true to his word. And it made me gain a little bit more respect for you after watching that.
Yeah, sometimes it's genuine, sometimes it's not. Sometimes, like, people come up and they'll be like, this is classic. They'll be like, yeah, look, I ain't no fucking dick rider. I ain't no fan or whatever, but, like, my cousin, for some reason, he thinks you're something special, man. So can I get a pic? I'll be like, all right, man, yeah. And they're just like, he's all jittery. He's like, all right, man, do your thing. I don't even really know what you do, but
I don't really know what you do.
Really, he has a fucking Pat Stay fucking tattoo on his cock. You know what I mean? This is how it is. It's a pride thing. But also sometimes, like, I'll be taking a lot of pictures, signing autographs or some type of shit with a large group of people. Yeah. And someone will be like, can I get an interview? I'm like doing one already. I was like, oh, 1 sec, man, 1 sec. And this has happened before. That's why I'm referencing it. Like, yeah, 1 sec, man, just doing this here, whatever. And he just walks off. He's like, you fucking diva. I'm like, bro, like 2 seconds ago, you were like, man, huge fan, love to get you on my channel. And but you're not a fan. You don't like me. You don't like nothing about me. You probably dislike me. But you just want to get a couple views. You know what I mean? And the more you see that, the more discouraged you become about certain things. But at the end of the day, man, fuck them.
I was wondering who the biggest friendship was that you valued in this business, because it is a weird business. Just like you said, some guy will come up to you and go, hey, let's do this together, and then they leave and they call you a drama queen. They don't want to be friends. They just want to use you. But every now and then you have a great friend in this business, or a great mentor, or someone that comes up to you and actually cares about you as a person. I was wondering who maybe that one or two person was that you actually really, really, really care for and trust their friendship in this business.
In the battle rap business?
Not even the battle rap business, just the Pat Stay business.
Like, just creatively?
Just creatively. Some guy you can call and be like, what do you think about this? Even
Quake.
If it sounds...
Quake?
Yeah.
And we're always like that. We've always been like that. So we run ideas by each other and support each other and inspire each other and keep each other on our feet when we need to. And, if I think he's I have a feeling that he's feeling, discouraged or whatever, I'll call him, remind him who he is, and fucking he'll do the same. And we run ideas by each other, man. And I thought he's always been there. He's always been like one of my best friends for that reason.
That's nice.
Yeah,
it's because it's a different business you're in, so to have that guy next to you.
Yeah, I mean, I have like friends that are, I guess, like bigger and more whatever, but I don't call them as much as I would call Quake. I don't even really, you know what I mean? Like certain friends I have, even the bigger friends I have, I don't really talk to them about rap or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like even when I talk to like some of my, like, I'm cool with like Simon Rex, and we don't ever talk about. Like,
that guy.
Yeah, that's my buddy, man, and we don't talk about like he's huge right now. He just did a fucking huge movie, Red Rocket, man. Shout out Simon Rex, Dirt Nasty, and the last couple of times we talked, we didn't talk about that or battle rap. I think we probably talked about like dicks. Probably not, but you know what I mean. I got braces. You notice that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Only on the top.
Only on the top. I had Invisalign for a few years, and they started going back, so I just paid for some braces. Just felt like being a thug, man.
Yeah. How long you got those on
6
for?
months.
They hurt?
They did hurt like a bitch in the beginning, man. Big time. I fucking hated it. Couldn't believe it. I'll never get real braces again, man. If I ever have to get them, I'll just get Invisalign. Invisalign a lot more convenient.
Do you have braces as a kid?
No, I wish I did, man. I thought I was too cool.
Yeah. That should be your autograph.
It should. I thought about that when I was young. Just draw a dick as an autograph, man. But it's a girthy dick.
When you saw Superbad for the first time and you saw the scene of, what's his name? Seth Rogen. No. When he draws the dicks in Superbad. Jonah Hill. When you saw Jonah Hill in Superbad draw the dicks for the first time, did you lose it at that scene?
I don't remember.
What?
I know. I don't remember the dick scene, but I probably did. It's a great movie. I don't remember it though. Just to be honest with you.
How much time are we at right now? An hour. An hour? Mm-hmm. What are you doing the rest of the day?
Doesn't matter, man. I'm good. Good.
When you say you have things coming up, is there anything that you can announce that?
Sorry, I'm a little like monotone today and serious. Yeah.
I said that to the guys, like whenever they're like, "Oh, Pat Stay's coming over." It's like, no, Pat Stay, you got to be on your toes because you never know which way he's gonna go. But I love when you come over and you just keep it. You're talking.
I'm medicated today. I took Dexedrine today, which is basically like Adderall. I've been prescribed to it since I was a kid, right? It's for ADD.
Yeah.
And I only really ever take it when I got a lot to do, because I got to get things done. I have to get things done. I don't like being on it too much because you're too like robotic and like focused. Like now, usually I'm just like like super like all over the place, charismatic. Yeah. But when you're on it, you're just like just dead serious about everything. But it is what it is. I got a lot to do. I got work to do. You know what I mean?
I feel like people want to see this side of you too. See, there's a little bit of character in your personality, but to open up and just talk about stuff, I'm sure people like want to see that side of you.
Yeah,
100%.
Some people don't know. There's some people like, oh, you don't know if he's going to be this or that. And some people say, man, I don't even. I've been told, man, Pat, I don't know whether I love you or hate you, man. I'm like, that's exactly where I want you, buddy. It's exactly where I want you, man. Fuck you, man. And I love you.
Do you think how well do you think you can read a room when you walk into it? Whenever I remember at Quake's opening party at the library like 3 years ago for his late 2 albums ago, I'm pretty sure it was. And you walked in, you kind of the attention drew to you. But when the attention's drawn to you, how well do you read a room when you walk into it?
I'm better at reading a room than I am at rapping. That is my gift.
Okay,
that is my gift. That's why I'm great at performing. That's why I'm really good at spontaneous shit. I'm extremely good at reading the room.
Yeah,
really good.
Can you give me an example of someone maybe that isn't as good as reading the room? Could you give me an example of how you're able to read the room? Are you looking at eyeballs? Are you looking at body language? Are you looking
body language? Yeah, body language. Facial expressions, tone, and people's voices. Yeah, it's I guess it's hard to say, but that's all. That's kind of been my thing. But I usually do weird things to test it. And it's normally something bizarre. I'll say or do something bizarre to read the room. Or like, if I meet you for the first time and I'll say something absolutely ridiculous just to read who I'm with for the next little bit. See their response to that, and then I'll be able to gauge of like where the conversation will go from here and how comfortable, whatever.
Yeah, first time I interview at the library, you're like, all right, we're here, worldwide, gay pride. And like, it's just like it set that awkwardness, but you still remained Pat Stay. And it kind of just set the whole tone for the interview. Like, all right, Pat Stay here, what's going on? Gay pride, worldwide, how we doing? And then I remember I was like, what do I ask right now? What do I do?
Yeah.
You just set the tone.
Respect. Yeah, I mean, I guess I did it today. I sat down and I talked about sucking dicks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know what that is. It's always been like that for me, especially like, I think it's just a way for me to, with you guys it might be different, but yeah, I walk in, I'll say or do something to, I don't know if it's just for attention or to see who I'm with and how their reactions will be. And yeah, it's a gift and a curse, man. I don't want to act like I'm some fucking genius or whatever, but sometimes, you know, you watch. I'm a people watcher, and I know that sounds creepy, but like I've watched people so long, so close that like I can like read them really, really well. So I know when someone's fucking bullshitting me. I can see the signs quicker than maybe your average person. So I'm like, fuck. Sometimes you'd be like, damn, man. This whole time I thought this was a genuine person, and now they're clearly lying to my face, but they think that they're slick. They think they're getting this by me. Damn, man. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Well, then you find out that you were right, sometimes wrong or whatever. But you know.
I liked something you said recently about Kanye's documentary.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Then why'd you said something about like why is everyone hating on Kanye? I love what he's saying or something.
I didn't see the documentary. I just kind of said I said despite what a lot of people are saying right now or thinking right now, I think I'm liking Kanye more and more every day and beginning to understand him more. I haven't even seen the documentary yet.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I heard it's really good. And it's not that like, you know, what bothers me is when I posted that, so many different so many females hit me up. They're like, how could you say that? You have a daughter, and how can you like him? He's dangerous. He's doing this to Kim. He's stalking her, and blah, 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 blah. Some were my friends, and they were just having a conversation, but some were actually like genuinely whatever. I'm like, I don't like him because of like his relationship drama with Kim Kardashian. Like, I don't follow that type of shit. I don't care about that. I care about how he thinks. Like, I'm interested in how he thinks, like to pick his brain. That's the kind of person I am. You know, I like to read the room. I like to observe people. I watch interviews all day, every day. That's my thing, watching interviews. I like to pick people's brains, right? Him, very interesting, very inspiring. And yeah, he's a little, you know, loopy. But dude, me anyways, I've always liked those kind of people, like secretly. I think we all kind of do, you know what I mean? Like the outcast, the person that's like fearless, you know what I mean? I said in the post, I was like, if Tupac was still alive, I guarantee you he would have done and said some very controversial things that we would have been like, all right, Pac, man, that was a little much. That was a little much. I love your message, but man, that was far. But that's Tupac. These people are like, they got strong voices and they're very passionate, right?
Yeah.
So I think I like him for that. I don't care about his drama with Kim Kardashian or anything like that. This is not what it is, man. I like his he's determined, man, and he says things and he means them and he follows through a lot of the times. And he's a very talented individual, man. I think maybe we'll look back later on and be like, man, this guy was a lot more brilliant than we think. And I'm not the only one that feels this way. There's so many people that message me. They're like, man, I feel the exact same way. Yeah.
It's a little hard to understand him at times, but if you get through to his message, I understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know everything he's doing with Kim or his family, and that's their business. You know, if he's like beating them up, then yeah, that's fucking stupid. But like, you know, at the end of the day, like you can't just be like, cancel Kanye because he moved close to Kim, but then like Cardi B comes out and says she used to drug men, take them back to hotels, and rob them unconscious. And you're like, yes, yes.
Hustler.
That's what I was going to say. What would happen to a man? He'd be publicly stoned, canceled, everything. What happened to her? A fucking Hollywood flick. Hustler. You know what I mean? The movie Hustler. You know what I mean? It's like, don't be that person. It's like, no, Kanye did this. I'm like, bro, you didn't say anything about fucking Cardi. So don't be an online, you know, hero if you're not going to call everything else out, you know?
Just go with the flow, whatever the narrative is. It's like, oh, I'll go with that because that's the popular norm.
Yeah.
Don't want anyone to backtrack and question my opinion.
A girl the other day on Facebook said, men say they have demons and really they're just emotional. And I said, women will make fun of men, like in this post, make fun of their demons, calling them just emotional, call them crybabies, call them this and this and that, post pictures of Will Smith crying and Tyrese crying and make them funny memes of men really going through it. They're like that kid getting abused by his baby mother and make it a joke, all these different joke memes, then have the nerve to post like, it's Men's Mental Health Day. We need to really think about the suicide rate and how blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, man. That's bullshit. Stop making fun. Stop like, I don't know, I'll go on a rant about that shit. It kind of bothered me because I'm like, man, like no wonder these dudes have these issues, man, and demons and the toxic masculinity, because as soon as they open up or like look at Tyrese and Will, like their bawling faces were memes. You know what I mean? It's a joke. It's a joke. And Michael Jordan, countless, right? It's a joke when men are open. And then you want to make fun of dudes' demons? He probably does got fucking demons, man, because he can't really open up because you're going to make fun of him for it. And then you'll be like, toxic masculinity, men's mental health. You don't give a fuck, man. Stop that shit, man. Be fair. Be fair. See, that's why I don't try to be like I don't try to be this like perfect leading by example online hero, because I'll contradict myself too much. I will. People will be like, well, what about this? What about this? I'll be like, you're right. That's why I don't play that role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, shouts to the females that really do understand. You know, I mean, it's not all of them. I don't want to generalize and be like, girls say this, bunch of cunts. You know, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, I just don't like that whole, whether it's Kanye or other people, like be so hard on, you know.
Yeah.
I know I rambled there a lot, but that's how my brain works.
Oh, that's fine. I love it. It's 100% true.
I couldn't. Every time I see it, I'm like, I see a bunch of fucking memes of like 50 Cent like not looking as in shape as he did 20 years ago, hanging upside down, like calling him fat. I'm like, I could have swore this was called body shape. No, never mind. Forget it, right? Forget it. Don't worry about it, because if there's anyone else and whatever, like, that's just, it's okay.
He can take it. 50 Cent can take it.
50 can take it.
Yeah, he can take it.
But these other people, maybe not. Or maybe they can. But it still doesn't, like, you can't just be like, it's okay to certain people. 50 can take it, of course. He don't give a fuck.
That's
man.
50 Cent. He can take it.
He can take it. But, like, you know, like when I posted about that kid, you remember what kid I'm talking about? He was singing into his laptop or whatever, then his baby mother came out and, like, was beating him from behind.
Yeah, I think I remember
hitting him, right?
it. Yeah.
Everyone posted about it. Thought it was so funny. It became like a sound on TikTok and everything. And I made a post. I'm like, bro, how is this funny? This kid is literally crying. Like, he had tears in his eyes. He's getting beat up. And it's like, aha, look at this. I'm like, I don't see. And why is this so funny, man? Why is this so funny? Because it's just, it wasn't to me. I seen a young dude getting abused, tears in his eyes. Like, me and my girl watched it and felt sad as fuck watching it. It was terrible to watch. Why has this become the butt of a joke? You know what I mean? It's like,
people love to see other people fail. I remember someone went to Lil Wayne once, and they go, Lil Wayne, the hip hop magazine just put Jay-Z, Gucci Mane, and Drake, the best 3 artists of all time. And Lil Wayne, he goes, Gucci Mane? And most people would go, that's not right. Like, Eminem should be there. And then Lil Wayne just goes, shout out Gucci. That's awesome. And I remember watching that interview going, what a different, like, you know, what a different way to approach that. Rather than going, no, Gucci Mane shouldn't be there. Eminem should be there. Mos Def should be there. So when he goes, shout out Gucci, good for him. And I remember watching that. And even in my head, I was going negative. I was like, no, the Gucci Mane doesn't belong there. Well, Lil Wayne, I know, but I'm just saying it was just an interesting way to put it in his perspective, going, yeah, great for Gucci. Good job. Such a positive way, rather than going to the negative route of, no, someone else should be there.
See, everyone, like, I guess it's interesting because everyone will take their own, like, take that different way. When I watched that, I thought, okay.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. When I watched that, I thought if it was, let's say, Mos Def, he would have been like, fuck that. Eminem's take Mos Def, blah, blah, blah. But Gucci Mane's crazy.
Yeah.
Gucci Mane's fucking crazy. And when I was reading him, watching it, I was thinking, he was like, Gucci? Then he's catching himself. He's like, I don't want to diss Gucci. Gucci's pretty fucking nuts. So Gucci will catch me in public and do this. He's just like, shout out Gucci.
Oh, crazy, you mean like
crazy.
Trigger. Okay.
Trigger.
I got you.
He'll attack you. He'll come at you. You'll have beef with him, and he won't let it go. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People don't beef with him.
I didn't see that.
People don't beef. That's exactly what the first thing I seen was he's like, Gucci? He goes, Gucci who? Gucci Mane? And then I felt like he caught himself being like, I don't want this to come out like I diss Gucci. He's crazy. He's wild. Let me just be like, shout out Gucci.
Okay.
But if it was like a Mos Def or someone like that, he would have probably been like, man, Eminem, blah, blah, blah. Maybe. I'm even wrong. But we all perceive things differently, right?
Well, I trust your opinion. The fact that you say you study interviews, so maybe you can read a room. You could read Lil Wayne's body language.
We never know. It could be a mixture of both.
But I didn't catch that, is what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, wow, this guy turned it into a positive. But maybe he did catch himself. I don't know.
People don't diss Gucci. People just don't, no matter what. And you ask them about him in interviews, and they're just like, they just next question. They don't want to diss him.
People don't diss Eminem either.
They do a lot now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, left, right, and center. Everyone does. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Yeah, people do all the time. They think they can try him and all that type of stuff. But.
Chris D'Elia, Chris D'Elia, that bit was hilarious.
Oh yeah. That is hilarious. Yeah.
And then he put it on the album. Or put it on the song at the end.
Yeah. No, he's hilarious.
All right, man. We got to let you go.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything? Do you want to promote anything? Do you want to say hello to anyone?
Depends on when this is going to come out.
Today.
Yeah. Nothing, man. Just hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram, man. PatStay_902, man. Shout out the High Button, man. Straight up.
We're definitely gonna have to get out and do the street interviews.
Yeah, 100%.
So when the weather warms up a bit, people take their masks off outside. We'll do some. People are still scared, believe it or not. We've tried.
Oh, I know.
People are just like.
I know. Yeah.
You got to like attach the mic to a hockey stick, and that actually could be funny.
Yeah, or part of it. Have a conversation with them about it, because I don't like to judge. Like sometimes I'm like I see somebody running outside with like a mask on. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? But then someone, they might be like, man, like, I don't want to, like, I have my mother, my father's at home really, really sick. I'm doing anything and everything I possibly can to avoid it. And then I have to, you're understanding. So I think none of us should judge each other, whatever our choices are at this point.
Yeah. Warm weather makes people happier, though, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Doing it in the cold, people are just trying to get to point A to point B. That's what we've noticed. Like, people don't want to be stopped to talking to a mic. They just want to get warm.
That's understandable, for sure.
Because when we did it, that was like July, August.
Hottest day, yeah.
Yeah. How are you trying to beat the heat? That was the question.
Yep.
All right, we'll figure it out. We'll get back to it. Once again, Pat, thank you for coming on the show, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. You're the man. Everyone listening, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Tuesday, still the start of the week. Work hard, have fun. Listen to Pat Stay, follow him, and High Button Sports. That's it. We're out.
Thank
Peace.
you. Thank you.